in 6 of the greatest cities of the world, and I'm on the trail of their top movers and shakers. They're not all cut from the same cloth.
In our globalized world, don't make the mistake of thinking everywhere's now the same. Each great city marches to its own tune. My background's diplomacy, cultivating networks. As an ambassador, my job's to get to know some of the most powerful people in the world and find out what really makes them tick. Crime, glamour, power, and influence. It'll all be there. In these 6 cities, I'll grapple with the dark, Machiavellian heart of politics. I'll witness up close the lives of the immensely rich. And I'll get into the minds of those who really rule the roost. This is a journey to uncover the networks of power. They say all roads lead to Rome. They say this is the eternal city. So who are its 21st century Caesars? This is where the network of power was invented. 2,000 years ago in ancient Rome, a central command controlled the known world with a single army, a single ideology, a single currency, and most of the time, a single ruler. This place, more than any other great city, is in the thrall of its past. That's reflected in the body language of its buildings, but also in the mindset of its citizens. Politics, law, tax, and military organization. We got them all from ancient Rome. And for the last 1,500 years, it's been Catholic HQ. And power doesn't come more absolute than from on high, wielded by God's designated leader of the Church, the Pope. So no journey exploring networks of power could possibly be complete without coming to the city of Julius Caesar, the Borgias, Mussolini, and Silvio Berlusconi. When trying to hobnob with the high and mighty, you've got to look the part. It's been said that the people who know everything about running a country are too busy driving cabs or cutting hair. Signor Di Domenico is almost as famous a barber as Rossini's Figaro himself. He's been grooming the most powerful heads in Rome for years. His clients include the president and the governor of the Bank of Italy. And as far as I know, no one's had their throat cut yet. Qui a Roma,
sì.
chi ha il potere?
A Roma il potere ce l'hanno in tanti qui a Roma. Ci sono le lobby che ha un grande potere.
Più grande che il Presidente della Repubblica?
Il Presidente della Repubblica ha un potere chiaro, visibile. Gli altri poteri non sono ordinati e puliti,
sono segreti.
Sono segreti, non fanno il bene del popolo, ma fanno il loro bene, no? Ai noi.
Grazie, grazie.
Grazie, grazie.
Now clean and neat myself, I'm ready to approach these secretive circles, but I need help. Mirta Merlino is poles apart from the bimbos normally found on Italian television. Her daily program is the last word on business and politics. But I'm already running into trouble. The first rule of diplomacy is that timing is everything. But Rome is in utter chaos, perhaps the worst time to get things done.
Hi, girls.
The traffic is barely moving, just like the economy.
Well, our plans are completely wrecked by this huge demonstration that's taking place today. We are completely blocked by the traffic. The traffic is completely blocked by the demonstrators. We're going to have to get out and walk. It's really irritating.
Unelected economists have been put in charge of the government to stop the country going bust. One of their top priorities is to cut spending. Needless to say, the unions are fighting back. Here they believe that the ruling elite are protecting their big salaries and generous benefits by taking it out on the poor.
Government versus the people. Oldest power struggle in the business.
The demonstrations have made me late. So when I do get to Mirta Merlino's, I go straight to the point.
I'm lost. I need help. Where is power?
We are lost too. Italian people are lost in this moment because everything is changing so quickly that really it's difficult to find now the new center of the power. The fact that we have a government which is not elected and is doing huge reforms in very little time, I think this will change Italian politics very much.
You have power up front, which is visible, which you can see, and there's all this stuff going on beneath the surface.
Under the table.
Under the table. People are pulling strings behind the scenes. That seems to me to be an eternal aspect of the eternal city. Is that fair?
It is. I think so. I think the bank, I think the church. I mean, there are some powers in Rome that are always there, and we talk very little about it.
We've talked about things going on behind the scenes. We can't avoid the question of crime. How's the mafia doing?
Very well. This is horrible. They have a lot of money to invest. And so this is for them a very good moment to do money laundering because they have money, they can buy companies, they can buy banks, they can buy on the stock exchange what they want. The last numbers I've read is that in 1 year, the amount of money that mafia moves in Italy are 140 billion euro. I mean, it's enormous.
If the mafia really are that powerful, that's bad news for Rome's reforming government. Tackling these hidden powers will take time, and it is the one thing the new government doesn't have.
So, however much things appear to be changing, I really do wonder whether the true networks of power continue to operate from the shadows.
For 3 days, Rome's taxi drivers have been on strike. To force their point, they gather at key junctions and drive slow. Rome's 1 million commuters face gridlock. These tactics have made taxi drivers surprisingly powerful. Until now, they've been able to protect their jobs and income because Italian politicians have been too weak to take them on. This is the Circus Maximus, ancient Rome's vast stadium, where in one of cinema's greatest scenes, Ben-Hur smashed the competition to win the chariot race to end all chariot races. Strange, then, that Rome's cabbies should choose a place symbolizing ruthless, free-for-all competition to make their point.
Chi è sta authority? Cosa potrà decidere in futuro su di noi? Ma perché?
Well, what we seem to have here is the taxi drivers of Rome protesting against the new government's plans to liberalize their industry. In other words, to try to break open what has been a closed shop and let in far more drivers into the industry.
È questo quello che vuoi? E allora, caro governo, ti rispediamo la tua proposta al mittente.
So what's going to happen? You're in a struggle for power.
Right. They let people believe, then prices will go down. The point is, if it's the same cake, and we used to eat in 4 or 5 people, and now with the same cake, we're gonna eat in like 20 or 30, the prices, that won't go down, prices will go up.
How long are you going to go on for?
We have no clue.
Well, Rome can't move without taxes.
I know, what about my future? What about my past? What about my investment? What about everything?
La Costituzione stessa riconosce al Parlamento, alle regioni e ai
Their
comuni.
leader is known as the king of the taxes.
Il Presidente della Repubblica non può non notarlo.
Loreno Bittarelli represents more than 2,500 drivers in the city alone. And right now, he's got Rome by the short and curlies.
Successivamente se siamo soddisfatti oppure se continuare a oltranza la nostra lotta fino alla morte, fino alla morte, fino alla morte.
I'd been frantically trying to arrange an interview with him, but he kept on refusing. But after his speech, he's cornered by angry elements of the union, demanding more militant action. Machiavelli said surprise was the best form of attack. This is my chance.
Siamo dalla televisione inglese. Posso una domanda fare? Chi vincerà questo lotto fra il governo e il sindacato?
Sicuramente il sindacato.
Sì.
Il sindacato dei tassisti uniti con tutte le altre categorie che si sentono colpite ingiustamente da questo governo, di tecnici che colpisce la gente povera e salvaguarda le banche.
E la conclusione saranno elezioni, no? Scusa, mi italiano è terribile.
Ma elezione dei sindacati, dicevo,
No, politica.
Politica sì, noi siamo per nuove elezioni, perché secondo noi il governo deve essere eletto dai cittadini, dal popolo, come prevede la Costituzione, e non nominato da qualcuno, perché gli unici in grado di nominare coloro che li governa sono i cittadini, la sovranità appartiene al popolo.
Molte grazie.
The taxi drivers are trying to exercise what we diplomats call hard power, seeking to force the government into submission. But I'm off now to explore something a lot more subtle, soft power. Influence and authority spring as often from the velvet glove as from the iron fist. Rome's unique selling point is its culture and its history, and they may well be its future. Tourists spend 11 billion euros here a year. They're Rome's biggest earner by far. The man in charge of promoting Rome's most famous landmarks could not be more controversial. Over 7,000 people signed a petition against his appointment. So what was their beef? Hamburgers. His previous job had been running McDonald's, arguably Italy's most loathed brand. We were meant to meet at the Forum, the very centre of ancient Rome, but the staff there are on strike, so Mario Resca and I are slumming it at the Baths of Diocletian, in a cloister designed by none other than Michelangelo.
You know, it's not been an easy walk, let's put it this way. We own and run 450 museum and archaeological sites. We were losing visitors, we were losing market share, so something wrong. So my objective was not to making cash, but was to making visitors. Of course, coming from industry, I have a lot of friends and credits. And
Credits in the sense of your network.
Your
network of influential friends, colleagues.
And the relations. And what have you,
so you were pulling strings everywhere.
Helping me out.
What's your recipe for success?
Being respected by people, being close to them, leading them.
How tough do you have to be?
Tough. Of course, I'm very demanding. I'm very demanding with myself.
You have affected people's lives in another completely different way by changing, if I can put it this way, the culinary experience of Romans by introducing McDonald's, again, against a lot of initial resistance. Does this kind of challenge tempt you?
Yeah, the case of McDonald's is interesting because they were about to leave the country. After 10 years of effort, they were losing money and they only 8 restaurants and they couldn't make it. So I told them, you have to be very, very tough. I opened 350 restaurants all over Italy, south of Italy, Sicily, Sardinia. When I decided to go to Sicily to open the first restaurants, a private plane with basically half of the board of McDonald's from Chicago came telling me, don't do it, Mario.
The board was saying to you,
yes,
don't go to Sicily, for mafia reasons? Or
yes, actually, the perception is dangerous places. It means I did it. I opened more than 100 restaurants in the south of Italy. In Naples, they came one morning with a machine gun, telling